So, if you look at the space shuttles there, and they say the Columbian endeavor to discover Atlantis, just reading the names of the space shuttles, what's really going on here?
Symbolic communication, my friend. This country, America, is what I refer to as symbolically illiterate.
Yes.
What these Masonic people, and of course there's many other fraternities as well, we're not hammering lower-level Freemasonry, but what we're talking about is that these secret cabals on a very high level have understood something that cognitive scientists and linguists understand, and we need to understand it, and that is that language and words are an extremely recent, development or form of communication in human terms. Symbolism is millennia old. So these hierarchs, because they're involved in various sort of what we might want to call satanic pacts, or their adversarial energies, they're our rivals in the great spiritual battle that we're fighting on this planet. They have, in that ritual, or in that rite, the great meta rite, the mega rite, you have to tell your enemy what you're doing. This is something in ritual. We don't want to go into all the details, but the fact of the matter is that you have to tell the sheep that you're going to fleece and eat, you have to tell the victim in some form that this is what his future is, and this is where the battle lines are drawn. But you don't have to do it in words. They are telling us every single day. And I get emails from all around America from people who know my work and are spotting this in their own locales now and are becoming very symbol illiterate. And that is the key. That's the key, Freeman, is symbolic literacy. Yeah. To use the right brain, to decode symbols properly. We need to do 2-3 hour shows on that. We need to have TV shows on that. We need to, like I'm doing, putting DVDs out on that subject. And if you're not tuned to that frequency, well, then you're missing the station.
All right.
This is somebody listening to us right now getting bad reception. That is what is happening. They are always telling us what's happening to us. We just don't know how to decode it. We don't have the cipher on this side. And the cipher is symbolism. So through these statues, through these names, especially the names, it's an incredibly elaborate procedure. And there's many scholars out there who are much more expert than I am at decoding it. But I've made a lifelong study of this symbolism. People can contact me and get material on it. They can visit my website and, start getting into this incredible subject and educating their children. And I taught young children for 2 years this kind of symbolism using TV, not turning the TV off, turning it on. I used to bring it into the classroom and say, let's start watching this, but let's watch it, kids, with educated eyes. Let's notice the symbols that are being used. Let's look at the way that mothers and fathers and men and women are being portrayed to you. Let's decode it. Look at how light is being used on these TV commercials. Look at how color is being used. You know something? In under a couple of months, these kids transformed, right, from broken, sad, deficient, delinquent, I'm not interested, whatever type of generation to thoroughly on the ball, people. Highly educated, highly erudite, completely savvy about their data space and their mind space and their thought space and aware of what billboards are meaning. And their parents were phoning up the school going, what on earth has happened? Our kids have totally changed. Yes, because instead of, saying, you're broken, I used to, project a message to the children that, hey, you're not broken. You're perfect. It's the system that's broken.
Yes.
It may even be your parents that are broken, but you ain't broken. So, don't be punitive. Turn it off. Don't do this. Don't do that. I don't mind what kind of teacher. If you want to work corporate logos from head to foot, go ahead. All I'm saying is know what they mean.
Yes.
Educate yourself. And you know something? I have found that kids are more than happy to do it. I found that they can even teach me. I found that they are so interested that, there was a whole subculture going on here with them finding symbols and picking it up. And even, you know what they were doing? Going home and telling their parents, don't buy me this product anymore because I've learned in school that this is satanic. This is a Masonic satanic symbol, and I don't want it. And the parents would go, but you eat this all the time, or you take this all the time. Because, well, I don't want it anymore. I'm going to find another alternative.
Those are hard to find.
Yeah, that is what we got to do. We start with the young, you see, and we teach them correctly because the old is too old. By the time you've passed, in astrology, your Saturn return, you're probably so, morbid in your thinking and so fixed and so overpressured by the big brother that you can't even think because your time is taken away. You're a slave, and you don't even have the mutability of thought anymore. We have to look to our children because they're our healers. Whether you believe in the indigo children or you don't, It doesn't matter. The children are the healers and the redeemers of our world.
Absolutely.
But we have to sort of allow them to open their minds, because they're our salvation. We've murdered all the Gnostics. We've murdered all the shamans. We've murdered all the Druids. We've murdered all the Wicca. So we don't really have too many colleagues and allies left to tell us how to live off the land, you see, and how to, make the world better again. But the secret is in our children, because they're closer to the source than adults are. And they have many secrets in them that they don't even know that they have. So there's a whole element of that as well.